Well, hello there, ladies and gents. I'm Tammy Sipnewski. Thank you so much for popping by my channel. Just want to say thank you to everyone who keeps sending their well wishes. Yesterday was the 2nd-month anniversary that my mom had passed away, and all of your prayers really do mean a lot, so thank you very much. Okay, in today's video, what we're going to do is a bunch of little requests all together and answer a few questions. So question number 1 is going to be from Gopher Woodshop, and this is in response to the Movo VXR10 Pro review that I had done. And he says, "Hey Tammy, did you only record this video with the Movo VXR10 Pro? If so, it sounds fabulous." Yes, it does. Also, did you tweak any of the sound in post? Okay, good question. Whenever I review a microphone, I only use that microphone in the video and I never tweak the sound in post. I don't even boost it in post. It's the raw sound that you can expect from the microphone. Next question is from Mortarboard Podcast, and he had a question regarding end screens. He had finished his videos and left some information there, and then he did the end screen, and now the end screen is like covering the information that he wants. You could redo the video and re-upload it. It probably will mess with your analytics. You don't want to do that. I would just say forget those old videos. Whenever you're doing videos in the future, just make sure you're leaving room for the end screen from YouTube. One of the tutorials I'll be doing is a request from Lotus SSR, and he says he wants me to do an audio glitch, like make the audio flicker. So we're going to teach you guys how to do that. There's also a request from figurative artist Benjamin Lester. He's an artist who does nude portraits often. I want to include wide shot video of my time with the models, and I need to blur out the naughty bits while they're moving as to not get banned from YouTube. So we are going to do a little quick tutorial on how you can cover the naughty bits. The first request is from Lotus SSR, and it has to do with an audio glitch. Now, it's not an audio glitch sound effect, but an actual stutter in your audio. This is only going to work with music. Go to Storyblocks, grab one of their free songs if you do not have a subscription, throw it below your video, go to the place where you want to have this glitch happen. Now what you want to do is highlight the music in the place where you want it to be and make a cut with the scissors. Cut. Now you advance a frame, and of course you can advance a frame just by moving the timeline, boom, and making another cut. Or if you want to make it really easier, if you're going to be advancing several frames and you want to do it nice and fast, the only thing that you have to do is just scrub your finger or pencil across the preview panel, and that is going to advance you a frame. And we're just going to make several cuts to that song. First, let's listen to the song without the audio effect. Now what we're going to do is just erase every other clip, and that is going to give us a nice stutter effect. Maybe we'll do just one more. Now let's listen to it again. And that's how you do the stutter effect. It's that easy. You just trim out pieces of the song. Next request is from figurative artist Benjamin Lester, and it has to do with blurring out some naughty bits from a video. Blurring out a picture is much easier. Video is a little more different because there's always going to be a lot of keyframing. Well, not so much keyframing, but just a lot of cropping. Okay, so what we're going to do is get to the place in the video where you need that blurry section to come in. I'm using a video that I took down at my parents' house. My sister happened to be breastfeeding, and I was making a video of my brother playing with my nephew, and my sister walked out, and I accidentally caught her breastfeeding my nephew Owen. So what you want to do is get exactly to the spot where you want that blur factor to come in, and you want to make a cut. So highlight the video you want to work with, make your first cut. Now what you want to do is duplicate the portion of that video. So just hit the little plus sign down here, and that is going to make a duplicate of that video. And now we're going to drop it right above that existing video. Now we want to work with that top video. By the way, make sure everything is done to your video before you start the blurring process. So in other words, you want to complete all of your color correction and your LUTs, your sharpening, whatever it is that you're doing, have all of that done before you start this process. Okay, so let's go and edit that video. That is going to bring us directly into colors and effects, and that's exactly where we want to be. The next thing we want to do is hit the water drop. We want to throw a Gaussian blur on here. Let's just do 80. I don't want anyone seeing my sister's naughty bits. Okay, once we have that Gaussian blur down to 80, and of course you can always, if you feel like it's too much, you can dial it down or dial it up depending on what you want it to be. Actually, I think that about a 50 looks good. Now let's go over to frame and fit, all the way over to the end. Tap that. That'll bring us to frame and fit. Now we want to go to cropping. Okay, we'll pull down the top. I know she's going to walk out right about there. Bring up the bottom. Now crop in from wherever those naughty bits are. Right about there. Maybe I'll bring up the bottom a little bit. Add your first keyframe. Now let's start to advance frame by frame by frame by frame. There's my sister. Now before you see anything, I want to make sure that I'm always following where she's going to be. Pull in from the left, from the right, frame by frame by frame, frame by frame. And you just keep hitting the direction of this box. Keep tweaking the positioning of this box to make sure it's always covering what you want it to cover. This is why video is so hard. It's going to be a lot of keyframing. Oh, she gonna kill me when she sees this, boy. She gonna kill me. Okay, frame by frame by frame. And just make sure that you're always matching. Let me move it down a little bit. And I'll bring the top down a little bit. Okay, I want to do this right. I know this seems like a lot of work because it is. But it's my sister, so I don't want to... Okay, now she realizes that I have the camera. She's swinging around. She's like, oh, my brother's there. But the funny thing about the breastfeeding ladies is they don't care so much. They really don't. They're like, oh, my baby's hungry. I gotta just feed my baby. Like, they sort of don't care. Like, they really don't. They just whip it out and they don't care. They're like, it's a natural thing. Okay. Now, right there, as soon as she turns around, I know you're not going to see any more naughty bits. So let's go back to color and effects. Go to that Gaussian blur. I should have dropped a keyframe at the very beginning too. Boom. Now let's go all the way there. Okay, right there. Add another keyframe. Okay, so the minute she has her back turn, now we can drop that down to 0 because she's not going to... You're not going to see it anymore. It's just going to be her walking away and my brother realizing what's just happened. It's funny. Okay, so let's watch it.
My neck is... I thought that was Scrappy growling. Oh, sorry, Sean.
My brother was playing with my nephew and he was making those growling noises and she thought the dog was growling. So she came out to inspect and that's what happened. Have I mentioned she's going to kill me? Let's say you want no part of that. It's just too much. It's too much work and I don't blame you. It is a lot of work. That's like the pro level of doing it. What we can do instead of that is just basically throw over a black box in that area. So hit the plus sign and we are going to choose overlay title and we are going to stretch that out pretty far until my sister's back is. I don't want anyone to see anything, so I'm going to be very careful here, right about there. Okay, we're going to edit that title, hit the pencil, and what we're going to do is just throw that away, hit the plus sign, and we will choose a shape. And we are going to choose the color of this black. We're going to dial down the opacity so that it's a little transparent, but not totally black. Now we're going to size it down to the size that we think it's needed. And I think that looks good right about there. Okay, so now that we have that general size, let's go over to frame and fit. And we are going to, right off the bat, move this to where I know she's going to be. And in this section, we can always fool around with the size as well. So the first thing we're going to do is drop our very first keyframe. And now we're going to go frame by frame. Frame by frame, same thing, just moving it, not making too many, just enough to cover her, but nothing drastic. See how it's basically just staying with her anyway? Now we just want to move that a little bit. See how much easier that is? And boom, her back is turned right about there. So let's go to blending, drop a keyframe, go down to the next one and just dial it down to 0. And she is home free. And that is like the easiest way that you can do it.
My neck is.
I thought that was Scrappy growling.
Oh, you. Oh, sorry, Shine.
And that would be a cheater's way of doing that one. Let's check out some of the free title effects that I'm going to give to you guys. Let's do this glitch one. This one is pretty cool. And of course, the only thing that you would need to do is to go in and edit all 3 different lines. You would just have to put in whatever title that you want. And this one, I got a lot of compliments on this one. Same thing, you just have to edit the title. And one more. And maybe we'll throw in this one too. This one, I kind of like that one. So 3 title effects in this one. All right, that took a little longer than I had anticipated, but that's okay. It wouldn't be a LumaFusion tutorial from me unless I gave you something free down in the description box, right? So I'm gonna throw in a glitch effect and also a title effect. You're welcome. And until next time, please wear your sunblock and call your mom and dad just to say how much you love them.